want to wait in it.
This is the Geeked Out Show, whether car collecting, toy investing. Geeked Out Show got the blessings crazy. This is the Geeked Out Show, whether comic book reading or anime watching. Geeked Out Show got the options crazy. We all here, it's your one-stop shop. We geek in, we geek out, 24 on the clock. Whether if you're comic book reading or anime watching, Geeked Out Show's got the options. Dropping every single moment, get a deeper focus. Reminisce toys you never noticed, different views to go with. Different type of nerd issues and nerd tissues. Black holes had to pay those dues, so know the difference. Understand the context clues, we on a mission. From the Barbies to the Lego dude, we got a vision. Safe place for respectable cues. From a real fan, not ones that's active reviews. So beyond that, don't get the dust cap. It's all love, but where your geek esteem at? Relax while we sip on the Epto Cool. I know a place most deaf won't lose you. And here it is.
Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Gil from Black Hole Comics and the host of the Geek Out Show. I'm here with some co-hosts and a special guest tonight, Dacre, the toy maker. And this awesome helmet. Dude, that is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
I just don't want you to get heat stroke and take too long in introducing everybody else. You're going to be fully drenched and sweating and stuff like that.
Hey, stop padding. Hey, Dacre,
come on, guys, hurry up. And then I'm also joined by Matt.
What's up, everyone? Major action coming at you.
And Christian.
Hello there, everyone.
What's going on, guys? What's going on? Another episode, another interview. We'll be back to our regular standard format next week. And then the week after that, in 2 weeks, we'll have Sir Gerard, Jeremy Gerard from the Mythic Legions community on with us to kind of just go over some of the recent reveals, updates, and all that good stuff. So stay tuned. More details coming. But yeah, how's everyone doing tonight? Dacre, let's go ahead and start off with you. How you doing, sir?
Doing good. A little tired. Had a 2-day show this weekend at the New England Toy and Record Show. So it was an amazing event. Friday was a little tough, or Saturday, because we had a snowstorm up here, 8 inches of snow. So, but people made it out, and people made it out. You know, they were interested, and we had a good time. So a lot of good deals to be had.
Man, that's some dedication. 8 inches of snow. I'd be like,
oh yeah,
no, I'm okay. I'll stay under the blanket.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we ended up having to stay in a hotel the night before to set up, and then, yeah. So luckily, it was only 40 minutes away from the house, but it can get kind of crazy.
Oh, yeah, for sure. With snow, it's nuts.
Oh, yeah.
Closer the better.
Right, exactly.
Matt, how you been, man?
Oh, pretty good. Just, getting through the work week. What about you, Gil?
I'm doing good, bro. Doing good. Just working, staying busy with all that stuff, Have had some stuff coming up. I'm going to be working on some photos and working on some videos. I got together with my brothers on Friday, and we did the Three Bros One Show. We just released the episode today. Yeah, today, over on my YouTube channel, Black Hole Comics. So check it out. That's the latest one. We talk about Quantum Mania, video game DLC, some anime, how we feel about the modern anime and stuff like that, how we feel about video games. I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm just an old man now and I don't like paying for DLC. I don't know if people just want to call me cheap, but I feel like it's kind of ridiculous. We only get a third of a game or half of a game for $60, and then we got to, get the other part for another $60 or another $30 when, just basically when everything's said and done, it's $120 for a full game. And it's just that is absurd. Yeah. It's ridiculous. And the way I personally feel, I'd rather wait a year to 2 years after launch and get the ultimate mega whatever edition for $20, $30 type of deal. At that point, I mean, just because I feel like there's no point in getting everything at launch. So we just talked about
bestseller edition.
Yeah, I'm like, there's no point. It's not I don't want to spend the $60, but it's only spend $60 for part of a game. It kind of sucks.
Mm-hmm. Or just spend $60 and then 2 months later it's half off for $30, and it's you're not getting any difference of an experience getting it that much later. Except for the main problem is when you have games where it's multiplayer online. Because you want to be in on the ground level to play with everybody. Otherwise, you get left in the dust.
Yeah, definitely. What about you, Christian? How you been, man? What you been up to?
Oh man, I've been good, man. Just the same as you guys, man. Just working, going through the work week and stuff like that. So that's pretty much it, man.
That's what's up. All right, let's go ahead and get into this geeky background check. Dacre, if you don't pass, man, we actually got to have to end the interview and we won't get a chance to go over the Kickstarter.
Oh,
So it's a gauntlet of questions. Hopefully you pass them all, and each question is kind of correlates. Hey, what's up, Chucky?
What's up?
It kind of correlates with each segment that we do on our main show.
okay.
Omar, what's up? What's going on? What's going on? Appreciate you guys stopping by. Appreciate everyone saying hi, checking in with us. That's what's up. So yeah, where did it all start for you? Where did the geekdom, the nerdom, all that stuff? Where did it start? Is it something that you discovered as a kid or later on in life?
Pretty much when I was a kid. So my background when I was a kid, my parents, they actually owned an art gallery. Started off as a bookstore called the Rainy Day Bookstore. And then they developed it into an art gallery called Bush Galleries. But don't look at that website online because that's totally different now. We didn't. But no, it was we sold the original art to children's picture book. So we had like a bunch of just like famous children's artists that we would feature at our art gallery. So I got to know
that is
a
awesome.
lot of like cool artists like Tommy DePaolo and Trina Shark Hyman, just like a lot of the artists of like our childhood when I was young, growing up in the 80s. And just from there, I loved cartoons and pop culture. And I think it was about 3 years old. I got my first G.I. Joe, and I loved G.I. Joes from then on in. And then there was a time when I was like, I think in preschool, and it was like a Star Wars day. And I was the only kid who didn't have any Star Wars. My dad went and bought me like 10 Star Wars figures. And it was like the greatest thing. I was like, oh man, I'm hooked. So I love toys ever since then. And then I actually worked at a comic book store with a buddy of mine. He paid me in comics or he paid me in cash, but it was more in comics than it was cash. So I get to like stock comics on a Wednesday afternoon, learn all about, different comics and anime and all that stuff. So yeah. And since then, just kind of blossomed into this whole thing. My lifetime dream was to have my own toy company and actually like to have something cool that I can share with everybody. So.
Hell yeah! Well, that's a pretty awesome like introduction to everything. And I mean, you went over actually a lot of our questions. I'm not going to lie, but we'll kind of like dig into them a little bit deeper. The next thing would be comic books and where your start is with comics. And if you're a fan, obviously, I think it's safe to say you are, and it's a safe assumption. But yeah, where did it all start for you with comics?
Comic books started. I think it was like the West Coast Avengers, and what was crazy was I love that issue. It was this issue that I brought home and I was all excited about it. But then my sister found out that I broke her Journey record because I tried to use it as a Frisbee. So she took my comic book and threw it in the fireplace. And so I was like, But no, after that, I just, Daredevil was like the biggest one for me. Daredevil,
eye for an eye on another level.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds like something my sister would do.
Yeah. So, yeah, but then from then on, it was I loved just the art because again, growing up like in the art world, it's just I just loved reading the stories and the art. And then Elf Quest, that was another big one that had an impact on me. So we had an art gallery in California, right in Carmel. So we went out there a few times, and I had like a bunch of just like the Elf Quest like books, so I got to read them on the way and learn all about that. And then, but yeah, G.I. Joe, that's my passion. Came from G.I. Joe and Transformers, so you can kind of see. Yeah, I remember when I was like, I think it was when that issue 97? When Snake Eyes, when you got to see his face. I remember like running down like Newbury Street in Boston, just like yelling, "Oh my gosh, this is it! This is it!" So, yeah.
When they unmask him and you get to see it.
There, that's for sure.
Oh, thank you.
I'm gonna show this off a little bit and give you a solo layout just so we can admire your collection back there.
Yeah, so I got the master grade stuff up here.
Oof, nice.
I have Gundam. You can't really see the Gundam. Whoop. But yeah,
Okay.
Star Wars, black there. And then, of course, I got the Army Cobra.
Of course.
And then it goes all the way down to G.I. Joe. And then top shelf up top.
That's awesome.
And then
next thing would be. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, and here's just that's Transformers in there.
That's so many Transformers.
I was never able to. I mean, like, I like Transformers. Just I wasn't able to get into collecting them just because I'm like, it's a slippery slope.
It is.
It's a slippery slope. So I was just like, and then I started collecting things that I like, characters that I had no idea even existed, and I was like, I told myself I must have rules, and then you know how it is with rules; they just go out the window.
My rule is no Beast Wars. Like that's the only thing I have.
What? I love Beast Wars.
Those are the first ones. Those are like some of the main ones I collected.
Dacre, it was a nice night. Take care. Talk to you later.
It's all audios.
That was actually my introduction to Transformers. So yeah, I'm a '90s kid, so I get it though. I get it. Not everybody was a fan of it, and yeah, I get it. Yeah. But I love the designs. I don't know. I'm just, it's the kid in me that's just like when I see them, I'm just like, oh yes.
Oh yeah.
I'm excited for the movie. Are you excited for?
Oh yeah. No, I definitely. I'm always gonna be a fan of Transformers. So.
Alrighty. So we're going to go into collectibles. And I mean, you've kind of been talking about Star Wars. You've been talking about G.I. Joe. But I guess your first was Star Wars, you said?
It was the 83 Grunt. Was my first toy, like my first action figure.
Wow.
Yeah, I love that. Like we had a store called Riches. And I think, we got it at Riches, and I brought it home, and I was just all excited about it. Like just the fact that you could turn the arms, like, it wasn't like Star Wars where it was just
up and down the 5 POA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it came with like vehicles. There's like so much stuff you could do with it. So.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy the evolution of action figures from where they were to where they are now, and just I'm sure that you collecting the classified series now is just.
Oh yeah,
you're in heaven.
Yeah.
They could do anything and everything you want.
But even like back then, like I have the original Perceptor that I got like from my work, and even that had really good articulation. Like it's got like elbows, and it's got twisty arms, and it's got knees that will bend and twist. So it's pretty amazing what they had back in like the early '80s.
Oh, that is true.
More of the import stuff had the higher articulation too. Before we got it over here.
Actually, you know what? My first toy before G.I. Joe was something else. It was a gold light tan when I got it when I was like about 2 years old. I don't know if you're familiar with that one. Gold light tan was before Transformers. It was he was a Zippo lighter that transformed into a giant robot.
Really?
Yeah. And he was gold. And he had this like cool like thing where he was just like a rectangle square.
Didn't they recently redo it or something?
Yeah,
that's what I thought. I was like, it sounds extremely familiar.
He's got like a little like skirt in the front, and it flaps up, and he's got little pistols that shoot. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. At 2 years old, damn.
Yeah, we had Japanese exchange students that stayed at our house. My mom was like a teacher, and she like always would host like different families. And we had like a couple of Japanese exchange students, and they brought them over from Japan like during Christmas. Yeah,
got spoiled by those toys. I'm
sure.
Yeah,
that's pretty awesome shit.
So yeah, just loving it. Yeah.
And then we would transition into anime. I mean, I heard you reference it, and I do know that you have Gundams back there, so it's probably safe to say you like Gundam. But what was your first introduction to anime? It
was Akira. My buddy had a bootleg VHS tape, brought it back from Boston Comic-Con. We were all excited to see it because, just never really seen an anime. So we popped in the VHS, and yeah, I was hooked.
You gotta love the old school bootleg movies and animes and all that stuff.
Yeah, so I got to see Captain America, and we never got to see the Fantastic Four. That was the one we were always looking for.
The old ass one with the guy in the suit. Yeah, that's the thing.
Wasn't it a Roger Corman movie?
I think so. Yeah.
Man, I love when I hear somebody else say that their first anime was Akira, because that's my first one too. Yeah. So it's crazy, like, especially like because I mean, man, it just spans generations. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah,
crazy.
and I think I was like 8 or 9 when I saw it, so it was like
Same.
had a lasting impression.
It definitely blew your mind at that age.
What's some of the newer generation anime that you're watching right now? The new gen stuff.
New gen stuff. It's mainly my kids are making me watch some. I've been watching stuff with them. Is the Demon Slayer? That's one.
Demon Slayer is fantastic.
Yeah,
it is amazing.
But I've kind of like, I don't know. I haven't really been able to watch too much, so I guess that's a point against me. So
it's okay. Just
yeah,
it's just crazy how far animation has came along. I just got to say, like in the decades, it's come a long way, like a long fucking way. It's just so beautiful now.
You said back in the day, you'd have to get a bootleg VHS just to catch any kind of anime. Now you can just turn on the TV and it's on the Saturday afternoon or whatever.
Yeah, because we had the comic book store I started working at like in the 90s. He was starting to get like all the classic anime stuff from Japan. So we got to watch a lot of like Pat Labor and we remember this one. It was a cop comedy where you had this big brute cop with a mustache, and there was like it was like a comedy series, and you had the skinny cop. I totally forgot what it was called. But it was like a comedy series. It wasn't Axe Cop or something like that, but it was Mad Bull 42 or something like that. I don't know if you guys have heard of that one.
I feel like they just recently made some figures for that, like some like recently updated figures for that of the big guy.
Yeah,
the big one you're talking about. I don't think I've ever watched it particularly.
Is it Mad Bull 34?
I think so. Yeah, Mad Bull 34.
Okay, yeah. There's a pretty big dude with like a porno stash, like a 70s porno stash, and then a smaller normal size dude,
light blue, right?
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I'm seeing.
Another one was Macross Plus. That was another like classic I love.
Macross.
I remember that.
But also like I loved I know it's American anime, but my kids and we watched Avatar, and that like blew their minds. So that kind of helped them introduce them to like animation that was better than just what was out there. So even though I know it's American, but it just had that cool like story style that could span so long and give you a true good story arc.
Well, because some of the some of the hosts here, one of our ex-hosts that he doesn't get the chance to come on so much anymore, and he doesn't watch like the traditional Japanese anime, but we broadened it to animation to include American cartoons and anime and stuff like that. Like Avatar, even though it isn't traditional Japanese anime, it is up there with it and is like so amazing. Such a great series. I love that series.
Yeah.
It's just so amazing. It's timeless. It really is.
Yeah, they did a really job.
Next thing we would go into is video games. Are you a fan of gaming? Well, it doesn't have to just. Sorry, I should say we expanded it to gaming. It doesn't just involve video games. So it could include tabletop. Any form of gaming. Honestly, card games, tabletop, video games. So, what was your first introduction to gaming, and then do you still game now?
Oh yeah, so I still game now. First introduction was let me think back. Well, it was we had a Mac 2E, and we would have like the classic like Load Runner. Like that was my favorite when I grew up. Where it's kind of like Spelunker. Mm-hmm. And then we had arcades and stuff like that when I was a kid. But yeah, mainly it was Mac computer games, which was like rare, hard to find actual good Mac computer games. Like we had summer games, which was like an Olympic thing where you do like curls and running and track and field, and then the Oregon Trail.
Oregon Trail classic right there.
Yeah, but then we evolved to the Nintendo, where actually when that came out, it's a classic story where you don't get it like the first Christmas, but then the second Christmas, my sister was hiding it in her house where we went over there for Christmas, and I got to bust it out. We got the NES, so came with Duck Hunt and Super Mario 3, was it? Or no, Super Mario.
The first Super Mario.
Super Mario, yeah. So, and then from there, I just love video games. right now, I'm hooked on DMZ. So the Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2, the DMZ section, just be able to go out and just have open world like exploration. I love that.
Yeah, I gave up on Warzone. It did definitely going from like Fortnite over to that did not translate.
Yeah, but besides that, God of War and a lot of
Thank you.
PlayStation games. Yeah, that's what I mainly play.
Walter.
But my kids are now into video games, and they're getting like the classic like Game Boy stuff, and they love like finding them at like toy shows and
dude, that's awesome.
flea markets and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Do they have Nintendo Switches?
Yes.
Or a Nintendo Switch?
We have one Nintendo Switch that my son, he saved up like his money for, gosh, it was almost a year where he just like kept doing, good deeds and chores, and he would just save up all his money, and then he actually bought himself his own Switch.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
They're gonna be bringing some Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games to the video game library. Yes, cool. Pretty soon. I think during the summer is when they're gonna start actually like implementing some of the stuff. So like they can play like old school Tetris and like the original like Pokemon Blue, and it's like Pokemon Blue, Red, and all the other stuff like in its original pixelated, 8-bit or 16-bit glory. So all that stuff, which is like pretty awesome. I was just like, hell yeah, I can't wait, to be honest. Yeah. It's going to be dope.
I wonder if you can trade across to another Switch.
What was that?
Like, I wonder if you could trade your Pokemon across to another Switch.
Oh, I bet you.
Probably not.
I'm going to have to look into, because I don't know the details about that, but that would be pretty cool if you can, man. Because
that would be cool.
I would hope that you don't got to do it the old school way with the little, 4-foot long cable or 6 foot long cable. I think all I can play now is Tetris. Yeah. Hey, Walter, dude, playing Tetris though has taught all of us how to like pack action figure boxes properly, and like how to build up stuff like when you're building a display and stuff like that. Get as many action figures as you can. Yeah, exactly. Get all your action figures in your suitcases and stuff like that. Yes. So we would go into TV and movies. What are some of your favorite TV series and or movie series?
TVs, movies. I loved The Expanse up until about the last season. I didn't think that one, because I read the books, so I was kind of disappointed by I wish there needed to be more for it. And then any kind of like sci-fi fantasy stuff I love. And then my wife and I we kind of have like a TV show night, so we just finished Shameless, and now we're into Suits, and then but no, I've watched so many like good shows and movies, and I mean movies were my passion like as well, with toys and stuff like that. I wanted to become a filmmaker and own my toys and all that stuff, but yeah. I think modern directors I love is David Fincher and Spielberg, of course, the classics, and then I like a lot of kind of obscure B-rated 80s schlocky sci-fi movies. So
yeah, I mean, who doesn't love B-rated movies? I love B-rated horror movies, man. Sometimes they're better. To be honest, sometimes they're better than the stuff that we get out in theaters. I feel like, I don't know, just whether it's like because they're hamming it up, it's campy, or whatever the case. Just sometimes I just like the B-rated stuff. It's just better to me. No, my wife just said B for bitches. Bad. I would say that you definitely do pass. We'll get you a membership card, and we'll be sending it off to you. So we'll be able to laminate that. Matt, I did look into that, so we will be getting them laminated, old school style. So that sounds pretty cool and dope to me. So let's see, what did Walter say? Barbarian Brothers, Blade Master.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Beastmasters. That was another one. The Beastmaster.
And Beastmaster. Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Me being
another good one.
I remember that.
The Wraith. That was like a
Oh yeah.
classic movie that's still like I watched it again, like it was on Tubi. Oh man, so
I
good.
used to, I used to watch that every few years. I would watch that.
Oh
The
yeah,
Wraith? I've never
The
heard of
Wraith.
that.
Oh, so good. Charlie Sheen and what's her name?
Oh man, it's
Oh, I'm
she was,
looking into
she
it
was
right
in
now.
Shameless,
Holy shit,
too.
this looks badass.
She was in the girl from Twin Peaks, from the movie Twin or TV show Twin Peaks.
Oh shit, that's almost like a Knight Rider type car, huh?
Yeah,
my thing was always
it was
the car.
it was like a Dodge, like some weird Dodge
the concept car. I
Ford
think
Probe like looking thing. Yeah, it was nasty.
That's
like RoboCop
trippy
stole.
looking.
Yeah,
That almost looks like one of those Teslas too, in a way.
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
It sounds like an electric car too when it drives. Like,
yeah,
That's
Elon
funny.
Musk.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to check that shit out.
oh, it's so
The
good.
Wraith,
yeah.
Great.
Charlie Sheen.
Yeah.
Okay. Never heard of
That's
that.
a-
But yeah,
that's
I
a
would
Ferrari
definitely say you
Testarossa.
guys. Watched Black Cauldron the other. I haven't heard of that either. The Black
I
Cauldron.
remember seeing that when I was a kid in the theater. Like that was a crazy movie when I was a kid.
What's that about?
It's like a Disney animated movie, but I don't. It was a dark Disney animated movie.
Oh, it's then maybe I've seen it because back when I was younger, I've seen like almost all the Disney stuff.
I always get that one
Yeah, it's like
confused
a
with
fantasy
Sword in the
style.
Stone, but it was more like magical and stuff, and
Oh no, I didn't watch this one.
yeah, fantasy elements to it. It's good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to check that out. I got Disney Plus, so I'll check that out. The Black
Yeah,
Cauldron.
movie flop. Yeah, it was a flop.
Really?
It became
Worst
it was
movie
like
flop
kind of like a
ever.
cult classic. Like
Holy
watch
shit!
it again, yeah.
So it was probably like one of those things that it ended up doing better on what you call it, on VHS. I was gonna say DVD, but it definitely wasn't. So VHS back then got
Laser
a second life. Laser disc got a second life over there. I mean, that's the one good thing about streaming services and or like Blockbuster and things like that. It gave the movies like second chances at becoming successful. Like if it wasn't successful in the theaters, it could have been being rented and bought and all that other stuff. It's the movie that almost ruined Disney financially. Holy shit.
Oh yeah,
that's insane.
It was crazy. Yeah.
Hey, the more you know. Thank you, Walter.
And then after that, Disney's like, well, we have to cover up all our supernatural stuff that we like and start going towards like kid version.
Damn.
We'll just sprinkle it in every now and then.
Well, talking about some, I guess, somewhat supernatural, sci-fi-esque a little bit, but not really, a little bit different, kind of. How exactly would you specify the Almighty Legends? Enter the world of our Almighty Legends, where ancient truth and myth. There we go, myth. Ancient truth and myth tell a story beyond. So take a look at this Kickstarter, everybody. Hear ye. Dacre the Toy Maker.
Dacre the Toy Maker.
Dacre the Toy Maker. Let's go ahead and drop some knowledge on these people.
Okay, so Almighty Legends. It's basically action figures based on the Bible, but more like hard rock and roll, heavy metal.
Okay.
So it's the truth, the myth, the legends, where you have the three archangels and the four horsemen. They come together to have the final battle to unlock, the final battle between good and evil. The three archangels, they represent the three virtues of faith, hope, and charity, and then the four elements of power and the four stages of life are represented by the four horsemen. So they have Azrael, who's like the final stage. He's going to be the first figure, because you start with the Omega, and then the second figure will be the Alpha, which is Gabriel, the messenger. And then you have Michael, the defender of hope. So he's like Saint Michael, and he's fighting. Yeah, there's the 7-headed serpent at the
in your helmet.
Revelations. And it had the art done. The art's all done by a guy, Alexander. I can't pronounce. It's Kuhn, like Kun.
Mm-hmm.
He's an artist with does Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh,
That type of style. Yeah. So he's
nice.
He's pretty cool. I found him on DeviantArt, and he was all about helping us out. Yeah, so there's Raphael. He's the healer. So he's the healer of love and charity. And his armor, I'm trying to have it, but it's not going to be vacuum sealed, but it's going to be like a very shiny, like silver, because it's mirrored. 'Cause
sweet.
he's like, he shows the reflection of God to you if you stare too closely at him.
Walter's saying the art is great. Oh, and
I
he's
really like
asking,
the
is
art
there
on this next one, this famine.
is there
Oh,
a
yeah, so
Satan?
famine. Yeah. So is there a Satan? Well, yeah, there's, so with Satan, what it is, it's kind of, so Lucifer, it's Lucifer, not Satan. It's Lucifer the accuser.
Fallen angel Lucifer. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's Lucifer who is the accuser, who, you know, accused God of
And needs
loving
some
man
evil.
before the angels. So he was cast down. But you'll, in the stretch goals, I have them kind of hidden within it. You kind of, there's like a puzzle. Like you'll kind of learn as the story progresses in the actual Kickstarter. So famine, he's old age, and he represents the earth and like the balance of youth and elderly.
I like
And
the way
then
his armor goes from like looking like bark into like cloth.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yep. And if you like you look at his face, it's all like kind of like wrinkled, but it's almost like cracked, like pieces of like a bark of a tree.
Nice.
Yeah. And then war, of course, you know, he represents fire and adulthood and our, like, you know, the war to
There
become,
you go, Walter.
you know, great.
There's some evil looking
There's
stuff.
evil.
But it's
This
more
looks
like,
badass, man.
armor looks
so
like
you think it's an
ribcage.
evil, but it's actually, it's a fear. So it's not just, this is what our fear of like war would be representative in, like kind of a scary, you know, personification.
Yeah.
I gotta say,
Like this badass like warrior, you know, with his big broadsword. And
Yeah, I like that sword. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Those are hooves.
Yep.
Young and
Then-
Wonder Conquest.
So conquest is youth. So he's like the conquest of our youth to go out and to wander the world and become, you know, who we are, to find our identity. But he's also conquest, where he's represented by a conquistador like style. Also, it's a bird like an eagle, because it's also taking elements from both like Spanish elements, but also Native American, where it's kind of like this the want to kind of explore the world. So he has his power he has a bow which is on his back, that's his like this huge bow with like these light arrows, and then he's got these chained whips that he really have like power.
That's cool. Yeah, I definitely got the conquistador look. Initially, I was just like, oh damn.
Yeah. He's got there's an alternate head too. Yeah.
What was that, Matt?
Said a little Ponce de Leon going there looking for.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Character looks great. Walter said he's not evil enough.
You haven't seen Death yet.
Yeah, Death was the first one. Death is the power of wind and the final breath of life.
Okay.
So
and there's the site right there. I should have guessed it.
So each one is going to be 1/12 scale, approximately 6.5 inches tall.
Yes.
And it looks like it's going to be implementing some type of cloth goods as well.
Yeah. So the
skirt pieces.
Yeah, so you have Azrael. He's going to be the deluxe. He'll have the soft goods. The only thing we may actually change is the skirting in the back. We may actually make that plastic to kind of hold the body a little bit more with the wings. And then but the front part will be skirted, and we'll actually probably have like some sort of like a buckle or something in the middle there when it finally comes out.
Okay. And is there going to be wires in there to kind of pose it a little bit, or just free flow in cloth?
Free flowing cloth. Yeah.
Free flow. Awesome. And then just let's zoom in here.
Yes, it does say a figure stand will be included. I know some people were wondering if you were going to include stands because of the wings and stuff like that.
Yeah. So the cool thing with these stands is that they're going to be about 4 inches wide, and what you can do is you're going to have a tap. You can take like a tap light from Home Depot or Walmart or wherever, like those 2-inch tap lights, and you put it up underneath it. You tap your light, and the flames are all translucent, so they'll light up.
Nice, like a little puck light, right?
Yeah, like a little puck light. Yeah, exactly. And you put
Got you.
it right underneath there, and it
I
kind of
like that. That'll be dope, man. And
Yeah.
then you got your alternate hands, alternate helmet, scythe. You know, your sword, your energy effect, or whatever you want to call that to go over the blade is what it looks like. Correct?
Yeah, it's like a blue flame, like energy.
Got
We
you.
have on him.
And I do got to
Will
say,
there
the
be
way
like
that
a vertical stand coming out of that base that you can put into the figure to have them like flying above the flames, or no?
No, there isn't a plan for that, but I'm debating whether to do it, but the problem is just the cost and the tooling. But yeah, so I haven't really. It's hard to say.
Okay.
At this point, I maybe down the road, but right now it does not. No.
Okay. Just wonder.
Yeah, I got to say, I really do like the design of the wings. I really love how they're set up and they look, man.
Yeah.
It just definitely different. Kind of also reminds me a little bit. I'm sure that it wasn't, like, oh, that's exactly where it came from, but it kind of reminds me of Wing Zero when he has his angel wings,
There we
kind of
go.
a little bit.
Yep. Yeah, that's. I
Okay.
mean, that was my first perfect grade that I ever got was Wing Zero.
Nice.
Fucking dope. I love Wing Zero, man.
Yeah. So Wing Zero, and there was also this other
Yes.
non-Gundam like anime guy that had these amazing like wings just like that.
I was thinking Angemon from Digimon.
Oh yeah, there's that too.
Kind of had, or one of his evolutions has like these big ass wings coming out that look really cool, kind of like that, but they're all white.
Well, Walter said, "Make the figures, let the fans make the flight stands. Let them figure out how to make it on the."
I mean, I got plenty of flight stands sitting around. It's not,
No, but to attach it to
just wondering if you're gonna make something that
to attach it to the base.
Yeah, like do like a little plug or something. Yeah, I mean,
or leave a plug insert for some type of stand. Yeah.
I mean, I'm a customizer at heart, so I want to I'm putting everything I can into this to make it so it's easy for people to like recreate something or to like make their own take on it. That's awesome. Why like all the armor, like the shoulder armor, the chest armor, the hood, the gauntlets, the thigh armor, and like the shin armor, that's all removable. So you can actually like take all that parts off, and then you're left with just like a blank like body.
That's dope, man. Because like if you want to do the one cauldron, take it off.
So, so with the plugging in, so the Gabriel, I believe they do have like a couple plugs on for his armor, but Azrael will actually just slide on it's a softer plastic, so it's more of a rubber, but it will actually form onto his bicep, and then cover his shoulder, and then also his arm gauntlets as well.
Okay, cool.
And then
man, this Gabriel is fucking. It's pretty badass. I really do like how this looks.
Now, with Gabriel, do you have a prototype of Gabriel yet?
I do. Let me grab it.
I was just gonna wonder if he can get into a T pose with that armor on his arms like that.
What do you mean T pose?
Like this,
arms straight up, like gills looking.
He will.
Both arms up.
Right now with the prototype, it's harder. But the way
because they're fragile and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I like your armor designs. I'm just wondering how you guys are gonna like incorporate the articulation to work with.
Hanging off the ceiling fan, he's floating. Walter says
the shoulders will be softer. Like they're gonna have a softer plastic, so you will be able to bring them up.
I'm gonna give you the full screen. Here we go.
Okay. Ooh, wow. I like the way the armor looks is great.
Yeah. So the original designer, Calvin Lowe, he's a guy out of Hong Kong. He was a friend of mine. He was also a customizer, and he's the one who he took my vision and just like put it to paper.
Dude, that is beautiful.
The original designs.
With the armor, I'm almost getting almost like the XS Ray studio figures kind of feel like they kind of have armors that can kind of like slide on and off too.
Mm-hmm.
It looks good though.
Yeah, that looks beautiful. I love it. I got to say, I like the colors with the kind of like the crimson or the burgundy-esque color, with the white and the gold. Looks very regal, very,
Now, do the wings plug into both of those holes, or do you get to choose which hole to plug them into?
So the wings, the way I have it designed, sorry, shoulders. All right. So the wings, this is the first design of the wings, is you have upper wings and you have lower wings. But right now, what we're doing is that the upper wings are going to have a larger plug, so you can plug those into, Marvel Legends, and then also Mythic Legions as well.
What?
That's sort of like the standard kind of like bigger plug.
Yeah.
And the lower plugs are actually smaller, and those will be able to plug into if you were to take a Dremel and just Dremel into the back of like a Boss Fight Studios or GI Joe or Marauders or whatever 4-inch figure you want, and you can plug it in like actual wings for that figure.
Oh shit! That is
because those are more like those aren't as articulated as the big wings. Like the big wings, you want to have more of a chunkier like plug, where the little ones you'll still look like 4 wings because you have like a top wing, a bottom wing, but they'll be able to fit like an actual 4-inch figure.
Cool.
Well.
That is awesome.
So you kind of had that in mind when you were designing it?
Yes. Yeah, because originally when I first wanted to make these, they were going to be 4-inch figures.
Yeah, I seen it said 1/12 and 1/18 as well.
So they're for the 1/12 and 1/18. So imagine angels are celestial beings. You may have remember the hit Hollywood movie called Battlefield Earth with John Travolta and who was not Lawrence Fishburne. Was Lawrence? No. What's his name from Star Wars? Oh man, what's his name? Samurai dog samurai.
Samuel Jackson?
Nope.
Oh.
The one with the lazy eye.
Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Forrest Whitaker.
When I think Star Wars black guy, I'm like, Samuel Jackson, motherfucker. But yes, Forrest Whitaker. I forget it.
Yeah, Forrest Whitaker.
Forget about it.
So, but no, the characters in that movie, they're
terrible
like
movie.
Tall. Oh yeah, terrible movie. Horrible.
Have a wing on.
But no, it just gives you that kind of. We'll give you that kind of scale of what an angel would be to like a normal human. They're about 10 feet tall. So it will scale with both a 4-inch figure and scales with 1/12 scale figures.
Got you.
So
Okay.
you can have it both ways. Because I like to collect both 4-inch and 6-inch.
Walter wants to know if you have a wing on hand, possibly. So he could admire it like the rest of us.
So bringing that up, do you plan on making like 4-inch humans then to go with the 6-inch angels?
So the intention is yes.
Okay.
Wow. When we go into when this Kickstarter is successful and we go into production, we'll have now the base model for giants and also Egyptian gods.
What?
Like, the more like Samson and like the more brute like gladiator style. So here's a couple of the wings.
Yeah, those are awesome looking. I like them.
So originally it started kind of like with Wing Zero, but also I took influence from GI Joe's Jungle Viper. Because I wanted something that would fold in. Like if you look at the GI Joe Pursuit of Cobra Jungle Viper, the wings actually fold in to make a shield. So this will actually. Oh, I don't lose you here. Again, these are just the test models.
Definitely nice.
Don't mind it. So yeah, it will. Both sides will fold in and create like an armor shield on the figure. So this was the original design, but what I didn't like too much about it was how the plug system over time would wear out, and they would just like fall out because the little like plug here. That's what my worry was. So I went to like a clip and twist system that I designed. Again, it will be a lot tighter than what it looks like now, but yeah, so you can actually move them up.
Fuck yeah, dude. Yes.
Yeah. And then you can fold them down.
Offense or defense. Or just to look fly.
Yep.
So that's like rotating inside of the wing.
Yes.
But still giving you
a little so the way I designed it was you have that actual little plug system here. Again, it will look different once we go into production. And then
definitely Walter. He said that he noticed that it looked like you would do that from the photos.
Yeah.
And Chucky said that's cool. Absolutely, that's fucking badass.
Yeah, so little plugs, and then you have a little clip, and then they will twist and turn, and then that way you can fold it and still be able to have all that motion.
And it's barely noticeable too.
Yep. It'll be a lot better once we go into production as well. So it's not gonna.
That's beautiful, man. I really do love that, and I love the accessories that Gabriel comes with. Not to take away from anything that you were just talking about and showing us, but yeah, the is that a double-sided like blade?
So it's based on what's Assyrian Halidi was what they're called. They're a double-edged dagger, but I made it into like this sword, so it's kind of like the balance of power type. And then the right there, that's a shofar, which is the old style, old traditional horn for
battle horn.
Yeah, because he's the messenger of God, so he's the one that blows the horn for the final battle.
If you played God of War Ragnarok, like Heimdall.
Exactly.
I was kind of thinking like in Revelations when they start sounding the 7 trumpets to sign the end of the the apocalypse.
Yeah.
Yeah, that gave me chills.
Oh yeah.
Here goes the articulation.
You see this guy, you better run.
Here goes the articulation breakdown, and you sent me the picture of like the figure broken down, and dude, I gotta say, like, I was gonna do that. My bad, man. But yeah, you get to see the hood over the 2 helmets, and then you get to see how the softer plastic going over the torso. Then you get to see the butterfly joints, the pins, just everything.
There's the plug-in system. Yep, that we got.
So the hood is an individual piece by itself.
Yes. Yeah. The hood goes over the more raven-like, the bird-like head. So I have they kind of I'm basing them on like birds, and then also like elements that we recognize as like bravery, like Gabriel. He has almost like this eagle like bird head, but he's also got kind of like a panther like bear.
Me too.
Which is this one, but still has a halo.
That photo hurts my brain. I love this photo actually because
me too, because I'm like trying to interpret like what's going on here.
Yeah, I know how to interpret this. The disc hinge neck right here. The diaphragm joint. This is like, well, I guess
no. Give him the solo really quick. He's showing.
Oh, give him the solo. Okay, my bad.
Base body with nothing on it.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
So there's the more bird-like.
That's awesome.
Head. That's going to be that will be where the hood would come into play. And then you do have these 2 little plugs that are on the arms. That's where the like his shoulder is built in. Oh, I always get this wrong. Okay.
You gotta do opposite.
Yeah, opposite. So this plugs in here. Like he actually has like a little shield that plugs in there. And then this part is attached, but it's going to be more of a softer good. Like it's not soft good, but a softer
pliable plastic.
Yeah, so you can actually he's got to be able to move his shoulders. Like I can't have a figure that doesn't.
I love that, man.
You have the the standard torso. I didn't do the ratchet. I did more of the.
I'm more of a fan of that. The diaphragm joint with the ball joint at the bottom too. I'm more of a fan of that. More of like the G.I. Joe classified series.
Looks good.
I like that. I feel like you get more range that way.
Break it, Gil.
Yeah.
And McFarlane is doing that.
That's a great looking pose right now.
Too.
When you turn on that side profile, that a good silhouette.
Yeah. And I noticed that a lot more of the import companies do that type of articulation system as well. So, I'm glad and happy with the choices that you made for the articulation. It definitely looks like it's not going to be lacking at all.
The only thing we do just have to fix is the butterflies, because they're very much like McFarlane's right now. So where they just kind of hold themselves in place. So I don't like that. I want to change. That needs to be changed.
Walter wants to know. Walter wants to know: have you thought about doing base figures with blank colors, maybe in white or gray?
Oh yeah, scroll down.
All right, we'll get
we're getting
it.
there. Yeah. Yeah. So the
packaging, dude. I got to say, kudos on the packaging too, because this.
Think about a solo again.
Talk about a. Oh yeah. My bad. I was gonna say talk about a presentation, man. Oh, there you go. Oh shit, let's give you the
in hand. There you go.
Yeah. So packaging.
In hand.
It's going to be an old family style Bible. So
my mom's gonna come over here and be like,
it'll have
"Oh,
the name of the character.
Look, I
And
got
it
a
has
Bible."
a magnetic clasp opening.
Nice.
That's
Open up to
dope.
the character art because it's not gonna. It won't have the glass. Not what do you call it? Not glass. The shell. Like you won't be able to see the character. So you do have him in here.
Gotcha.
And then we're gonna have some sort of either a passage or a story to kind of set everything up for the character.
That's
now,
cool.
Is there like a
That's
lithograph on
definitely
there
different.
or something? Or
What's that?
is there a lithograph over that or something?
No, that's just the print. Yeah.
Man, it looks good. It's like it's almost like it's moving. It's weird.
You're gonna have to cut
Anybody
it
else
out,
getting that
Matt.
effect?
We're gonna have to cut it out and throw it in a frame or something like that.
Oh yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's pretty badass.
Originally,
That'll look cool
what I
on
wanted
a
to do
shelf
was
too.
have
Like it'll just look like books in a shelf. So that's cool.
Yeah. Well, that's the part. Yeah, with the back, the spine's gonna have a volume number, and it will have like the character name, so you can actually just put it right on your shelf. If you're
How
like,
wide is that box? About 3.5 inches.
Yeah, about. Let's see, I have a measurement. I don't have a measurement. Oh, they do. Hold on 1 second.
Just kind of wondering how many you can fit on a shelf.
Yeah, they will.
I'm
have
hoping
the colors.
7.
Right,
Yeah,
the whole
so
way,
it's
right?
just 3 inches.
Okay,
Nice.
cool, perfect. That's nice.
3 inches, and I think it's about 8 inches tall. Yeah, 8.5 for height.
So
That would look
not
nice,
crammed in
all
there.
of them together.
Yeah.
He has enough breathing space in there.
So hopefully I have enough. So I think a bookcase. Yeah, you could probably fit about. I would want to say 7 is what I'm trying to shoot for.
Talk about trading cards, the 5x7s. When you were saying the gentleman that did the art for you, I definitely did get a vibe of Magic the Gathering. I was like, dude, those look like it would definitely be like a Magic the Gathering character / like a biblical type deck that you could run with they would probably be like light monsters, right? But yeah.
Well, his designs are like really cool, like the spooky like monsters and stuff like that. It's like, oh man, he's just perfect for it. So.
Yeah. And then got the character bios on the back. That's cool.
Yep. The character bio on the back.
Walter's asking, will the package open and slide out? Insert.
Which part? The only thing we're going to be doing is I haven't really thought about that, but I know that you'll have the original idea was actually in the packaging because I wanted to try to do the plastic free was to have like a confetti for people, almost like a straw or hay, but that's not going to happen. But no, it's just we might have like an insert slide out. Yeah. With be able to put the figure in there.
Okay.
All right. So your target goal is of $97,000.
97,000 are the target goal.
And
So-
then you're looking at a estimated delivery date of Q4 of 2024.
Yes, I'm just trying to be conservative with that.
Understood, and
Yeah,
I
just don't
appreciate
wanna-
that.
Yeah.
Rather than you being like, "Hey, we'll have them," XYZ, and then delayed, and then here we are 3 years later. No, I mean, I appreciate you being open and honest and just like, "Hey, man, this is what we're looking at,"
Because I'm a collector too, so I'm also part of those Kickstarters that do have delays and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's just
It happens.
I don't want to. It's a whole thing of
Not shitting on anybody. It does happen.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
It happens. It's not. Yeah.
No, I was coughing. I didn't say Batman 89.
We can shit on
Finally
them.
coming out.
We can shit on them, dude. They're not a Kickstarter. They're a big corporation.
The good thing that kind of
had
sets
our
us
money.
apart though too. We do have I do have a production company that I'm working with that actually does have products and out there and warehouses in China that I've already made action figures and that are well established within the industry.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so hold on. I think I just jumped the gun just a little bit. Hold on, where am I at?
Oh yeah,
okay, there we go. So the goals.
Just like
We have
levels, you have some posters. So there was original we were going to do is a 3-page story within the insert.
Mhm.
What I wanted to do is when you open this up, there was going to be like a illuminated story. So these are the 3 pages of the story. It was like the book of Genesis, and the middle story was like the death of Christ and like the bringing of the souls back to to heaven, but you also have an introduction of the four horsemen. It's like this crazy like scene, and then the third page was done in a paradise not lice lost style from for Revelations with the final battle.
So the different tiers, you got a $10
Different
thank
tiers,
you,
yeah.
15 digital story posters, the 11 by 17, digital 11 by 17 Archangel. I'm just saying that these would look amazing as actual physical prints, man. Like,
Oh yeah,
that'd be badass.
I
Yeah,
love
it
those.
was-
They look like tarot cards.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were done by this. So I love this. So I'm huge into 1920s Art Nouveau style. Like I just love like their style. And that was actually done by a Ukrainian artist off of Fiverr. And she was making them as the war was like starting over there. So it was just this crazy like experience for both her and to be able to make this for us.
Yeah.
So,
Oh
yeah,
yeah, Walter said where the figure lays or is. So I'm assuming like the bottom of the packaging will open up and then you can pull out the tray from the
Oh
packaging.
yeah, it's
correct?
it'll have like
Yeah.
a little insert thing. Yeah, it'll probably. I mean, I'd love to have the actual image like this in the back.
Yeah.
Copying that, so you have your little a little poster that you can, or a diorama scene. Yeah, we'll definitely have like a pull out.
So you're asking $45 for the deluxe figure of Azrael.
Yes.
And as you've seen, the different type of articulation, you're getting the wings, you're getting the cloth goods, you're getting a translucent figure stand with it, you're getting the base, a couple signature weapons, some energy effects.
Armor pieces. Yeah.
Oh yes, the armor pieces which are removable, and yeah, that's pretty awesome. 34 points of articulation just with the body, correct? Yeah.
Just the body. Yeah. So it's fully articulated. Pretty much on par with the Marvel Legends.
Yeah, like I would say like any domestic and or fucking import, because I mean,
yeah,
with some of the articulation you have, it's honestly on par with them.
Yeah, I like some of like the Bandai like stuff that that's where I was kind of aiming towards.
God, yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that. So for $97,045, that's just to hit Azrael. Then first stretch goal would be 126, and then that's when we could unlock Gabriel with the base figure and accessories for $45 as well.
Yeah,
because this is also another. It would be considered a deluxe figure as well.
Correct. Yeah. So kind of where I'm at with this is that so tooling and just like production costs, like that's where I struggle, because I don't have like an established action figure business already. So I don't have the corporate backing. I don't have, I'm what Kickstarter was built for. The guy that's got like the prototype and the dream and say, okay, this is how we do it. Let's get it done. So it's definitely a good journey for me to like learn all about this. But so that 126, that's meets our what we call the MOQ, the minimum order quantity, along with the tooling cost. But the tooling cost has already been taken care of with that $97,000. So that's why it's able to unlock at only 126 versus like unlocking at 164 or whatever it would be.
Yeah.
If we didn't include the tooling cost.
Stretch goal number 2 at 136,800. A wing pack of your choice, 3 colors, black, white, and translucent gray, $12 each a set. Dude, I feel like that's a killer deal, $12 for a set. Because, dude, to be honest, like I've seen, I was gonna say, like I've seen people charge more for just like the 3D, not the 3D, the model kit wings that are kind of like cheap and flimsy. They charge like $20-$25 for that stuff all day, every day, and the fact that you're only charging $12, that's crazy. So that's pretty awesome.
That's the advantage of Kickstarter, because there's no retail to it. So it's basically it's my cost plus the tooling plus just whatever the charge for Kickstarter is, and then it's just my like times, I think it's like 2.45 is what I have to charge to be able to make any kind of money on it. So that's why I'm saying, okay, it's $12. This will get us here. This gets us to like 3,000. Again, that's my MOQ, the minimum order quantity. And that's
Mhm.
That's why I'm able to charge it for such less versus going to like a big bad toy store where it will be like $18 or $20 or whatever it's going to be.
So Walter, here you go. Stretch goal number 3 coming in at 157,800. Blank buck will be available in your choice colors of clear blue, clear orange, glow in the dark green. You got me there at the glow in the dark. I'm just going to say that at $22 each per figure.
Plus, you'll have the base already, so you can actually
killer.
see how to light up the base.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's killer. I like that. $22. That's a great price range.
I mean, that's pretty much standard now, like for just a blank figure that you make yourself, but you already will have interchangeable armor pieces from Gabriel and Azrael.
Mm-hmm. So you can add them. You can add them,
there.
mix and match, and all kinds of other
wings,
stuff.
Yeah.
Stretch goal number 4 coming in at 217,200. Saint Michael, $45 deluxe figure, and dude, killer. I gotta say, it is amazing looking. Really awesome. I love this helmet, the one that you had 3D printed, and it was you were wearing. The shield, dope. Extra helmet, dope. Spear, gauntlets, just everything looks great.
Yeah. A lot of like Aztec influences with this one that we made this.
I can see that.
It'll have like a halo style,
almost like a sun god type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Stretch goal number 5, Saint Raphael. That's coming in at 277,000. And again, I really do like how this is. This is a character that incorporates green in the color scheme.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a huge fan of green. I love green. So yeah, there's the healer, the sword, and then
that's
the pick.
you have he's got a hammer, and the hammer basically just like clears, like Dynasty Warriors. Like that's where I was like, oh man.
Oh, okay, yeah. I can see that.
Yep. I just picture them on the field of battle, just like blasting away like a whole army of dredge.
Yeah, that's cool, dude.
And he has his staff. Yeah.
All those little
that's a staff. I thought that was
that's a staff. So it's a staff of.
I thought it was a sword as well.
Yeah, Osiris. For some reason they when the design was made, they made it kind of like a spear, like sword looking thing.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, now I could kind of see how
it's gonna have they'll have like the snake and the wings.
Gotcha.
That design is cool.
Yeah. They'll have like a silver element to them.
Stretch goal number 6, 334,000. We got Famine, the Lex figure, $40. This one was really awesome. He doesn't have
wings. He's going to be less money than a winged figure would be.
Yeah, this is really awesome looking. I like the crown, the headdress here. That is cool. I really do like this. And then his scales that he has, that's dope as well.
Yeah, and then his weapon actually will fold. Like you can actually like design it so it actually folds into like almost one weapon.
Oh shit, that's cool.
Yeah.
Stretch goal number 7, $391,040. And then there's the Conquistador looking character.
That's his other. That's the
other helmet.
Yeah, the more Native American style.
Because I was like, hold on, I was like, that didn't have the Conquistador looking head, but yeah, okay, gotcha.
He still has like that. He still has his little beard,
the whip, and dude, that's cool looking. War for $448,040, and yeah, he looks pretty dope, pretty cool. So were those hooves, or is it just that his boots look kind of like hooves?
The boots are going to kind of look like hooves. I'm going to try to make it so you can do like a hoof, but it's again, it will come down to tooling. Like, will tooling allow me to do that? Yeah.
Plus, you want to make sure you can stand also. So.
Oh yeah.
This is really cool, and I gotta say, it's like honestly one of my favorite designs. I gotta say, I really do like it. This weapon, I don't know what you would even call that here, but I like this.
It's almost like a sickle.
That's what I was saying. I was like, I don't know if it is a sickle,
it's like a
maybe
sickle hook thing. Like and then his back will have like it's like a backpack that they'll have like weapons kind of like hanging by like strings there, or like for him.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that sword is sick.
Yeah, and this sword is amazing. Stretch goal number 9, head pack, $10, dude, $10.
Yeah,
and 4.
Yep.
Are you sure that's right?
Yeah. 4 heads.
I'm just saying, man.
Yeah. It comes down to the tooling cost. That's why you're seeing like so much money is needed to get here. It's because of tooling. But now you don't have like much tooling cost because it's only the heads.
Yeah.
but now you're kind of see.
Are you sure you don't want to
Some
charge
elements.
20? I'm just saying.
We'll make it.
Because dude, I'm just saying that's a killer deal. $10 for 4 heads. That's pretty awesome. Come on, guys, let's do it. Stretch goal number 10. Got a weapons pack. $10?
Yep,
Again,
$10.
are you sure?
That's it. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, maybe we'll do 12.
472,000. Good dude, 20, man.
Yeah.
I really do. I'm digging this sword right here. I really do like that. That's pretty awesome looking. The axe, the hammer, and the scythe licking weapon.
That rammer is cool.
Yeah, this is pretty fucking dope. I would say my favorite one is the sword, and the what'd you say, rammer? That's
The rammer.
We're gonna have to coin that. You're gonna have to name it that from now on. Number 11, armor wing pack, dude. I really do like these wings here. 504,000.
We'll have the bat style or demon wings or.
So it's the armor as well and the wings too.
Yeah, so armor and the wings. So
armor
you're
wing pack.
basically getting the shoulder armor, the gauntlets, the chest armor, the waist skirting, the thigh armor, and then the shin armor as well.
Again, are you sure?
Yeah.
It's like a complete like figure pack basically. All
Pretty
you need
much.
is one of
That's
those.
Dude, that's dope because you're charging $22 for the blank buck, and then 25 for the armor. That's great. That's great. You could mix and match parts and this and that. That's awesome. I really do like that. Another dredge armor, dude. That is sick looking. $15 for the dredge armor. 520,000. Again, are you sure, sir?
That armor reminds me of the Orphanox from Common Rider.
Yeah,
bunch of sharp edges.
This looks great, man.
Super detailed.
There's so much detail on that. Jeez.
That's sick.
Yeah, let's just admire that for a little bit.
And now, are the armor packs made to go on the base bucks, or can they go pretty much on like the angels too?
It will go. Yeah, the angels are they all share the same base style.
Okay.
And if you see in some photos, the base armor and all that armor will fit on other figures. Like it's gonna fit like a Marvel Legends and a Valorverse. I put it on a Valorverse Duster figure.
Oh wow.
Only ones that wouldn't really fit is the Mythic Legions because they're just too like kind of their own style, like bulkier, like He-Man style figure.
Yeah.
Like that standard.
They're too ripped.
Yes.
Too buff. 536,000 Herald armor, $15. Dude, great looking. Love this. Kind of reminds me a little bit of like what you would see like from Hermes, kind of.
Yeah.
The wings. Yeah, love it. Dude. Again, detail, crazy, killer. Love it.
You could build like a little army of each of these dudes too, like have them be your little grunts.
Well, that's what. That's what you have. So the armies are the heralds and the dredge, like the heralds of heaven, and then the dredges of the dredge of evil, which is like the dredge that we dredge up, like evil that we dredge up from our. All right, so this, if you look at the name of this. So
cast out
armor. Give you a hint. Legion cast out armor.
So Lucifer.
Right.
Okay.
So
that is awesome.
Nice.
So you take that, but then you can then take whichever.
Surprised the stretch goal wasn't 666,000.
I know. I almost made it. I was like, oh, I should do it.
That's a little too much.
Dude, again, you're killing it with the detail, though, bro.
You'll get the moms coming after you for that one.
571, the final blank buck white. Ooh. Is it just white, translucent white?
It's primer white.
Primer white. Got you.
So one thing that we were looking at was which manufacturing like countries do white the best. In China, they do the best like white paint. So to actually have it casted in a white is gonna also that gives you again the Lucifer.
Can I ask you, is it just regular standard white, or is it going to be like a pearlescent?
I'm working towards a pearlescent.
Ooh, yes. I don't know. I kind of had a feeling. I was like, maybe I could get it out of
a glossier shine to him.
Okay, sweet. So I like that. That's kind of like what I was envisioning in my head. I was like, it would be really bitching. Yeah. No, on online Dacre extras. Ooh, man.
Yeah, so we're gonna offer 3
STL
heads.
files.
Yeah.
Jeez. That is awesome. We are offering
So
amazing.
you print them yourself. Like you can print them anytime.
That is awesome.
Yeah. So you have the true Seraphim, the true Ophanim, and then there's gonna be a battle damaged Michael.
Dude, that is cool that you guys are offering STL files.
Yeah.
Is there a little
That is
baby
cool.
inside of that head?
Yeah, a little it's a little yeah, exactly. And then he's gonna have a little he has like a flame that comes up around him. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, those are like the
that's
ideas.
cool.
But yeah, he's gonna be the middle one's the one that I'm going with that style, like the middle ones.
That's crazy, dude.
Dude,
Those heads
that is cool. So right now we're looking about what is it? About a little bit less than 50%.
But right
Yeah.
now I've got we're gonna be at about 50% by the end of the week. I've got an investor coming in that's gonna help get us,
Sweet.
into the 50% mark. But then it's just, it's what I call the 45 days to save. It's gonna take a bit of a sacrifice to get us there. I know that.
China White don't do drugs, kids.
Yeah.
I want a burning baby head. Walter. Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Yeah, here's like I was showing the armor, like the little leg armor here.
Oh,
It's got it'll cover the knee and the
Oh,
shin.
sweet.
Yeah.
That is cool. Yeah.
And then you place your articulation at the right points to where none of this is going to be hindered by the different armors.
Right,
Exactly.
yeah. So you'll have kind of showing here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the knee is like behind it still. You kind of guarded with the knee.
Doesn't get in the way. Yeah.
So we got double jointed knees, double jointed elbows.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Refer to the breakdown, which is top tier articulation.
Well, we like to see it in action though too. That that the eyes,
Yeah.
True. Christian, do you have any questions for him?
Just like on the wing with the figure with the wings, will you have to use the base to be able the figure to stand up on its own, or will it still?
No. That's just for like display and stuff like that. No, they'll stand up on their own with the wings on, everything. Okay. Yeah. No, they actually they're weighted right, so they'll actually will stand with the wing.
Yeah.
You can't really. But yeah, no, they're positioned well. They'll stand.
Oh yeah. Dope.
You can, and they'll balance. The nice thing is they balance, so you can find the right like balance for them.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Is there a all in for the Kickstarter buy in for like $500?
Yeah. So the $545, it's the buy in that will get you that gets you the 7 figures again if all this is unlocked. So if it doesn't unlock, you get equal of value. So, if we only unlock like 2 of the figures, you're going to get at least 10 of those figures or whatever unlocks up to that point. So you're going to get your own. They'll have armies, so you can actually start building angel armies and and stuff like that. But hopefully,
I was gonna say it's in all of our best interest to try to unlock as many of the stretch goals as we can, then so we can get as many different figures out of our all ins as we can.
Yes.
And then once you do, if it does unlock all those goals, you can go in and choose what you want specifically.
Exactly.
Too, right?
Yep.
Like you're like, I get 12 figures. I want 3 Michaels or whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I mean, you can. Right now, it's designed that you can do all of them, but it's showing like this is what you would get like if it was broken down to this. But yeah, you can mix and match if you need to. Yeah,
nice.
Yeah.
So, just a quick question. I mean, I don't really have many questions. Just my quick question is there any plans on like a wave 2 of other characters?
Yeah. So
I mean, you kind of mentioned Egyptian gods, correct?
Yeah. So the next line would be the Old Testament.
Old Testament.
So they'll be the Hebrews. It'll be 2 packs and 3 packs. It'll be Adam and Eve, Cain and Abel, and then you have just different ones through the history.
Is there any plans on Samael? I just got to ask Samael.
I haven't thought about that one yet. No.
Okay. If he ever does, maybe possibly you're thinking a bit Samael, can we
Okay.
get him kind of like looking more demon-esque?
Okay.
Because I mean, I know that people always go
Yeah.
either way with him, angel, demon, this, that, whatever. That's just my personal preference.
Okay.
I don't mind shooting around some ideas, see, you know.
I love it. Yeah.
Gil, I need $540. You still owe me from being a friend. PayPal ready. Matt, you owe me like $5. Wait. How do I owe you $540, but he only owes you $5? Come on, man.
That's because I stayed up drinking with them all night. That's why.
That's why. Do you guys have any more questions? Matt, Christian?
No, I think you answered pretty much all the little questions that I had been hearing around the community about this project in particular. Mainly was like the wings, the stands, things like that. Yeah. I'm glad to see that the armors are interchangeable and that you're going with like more pliable plastics for the different armor pieces. So that's nice. Because for me, posability is one of the main factors in any art, in any line nowadays. Obviously, you know, I've given up a little bit of articulation with certain lines, but aesthetics, you know, play a big part too. So if you can find a nice, you know, medium ground in there somewhere, you know, then I'll be happy with that.
Yeah, these are definitely awesome looking. Definitely did catch my eye. And I mean, like when I was talking to you, like, you know, I was like, man, I was just about to like, you know, hit you up because like I had seen it shared on the Cabal. I had seen it come up which is weird. It was like it randomly came up on my feed, and then like two people sent it to me, and I was just like, this is a sign. I was like, this is clearly a sign. If I just seen it on the Cabal, which I was like, this is really fucking badass. And I thought it already came out, and I missed. I was like, oh, okay, I missed out on this. I was like, fuck, okay.
Yeah.
And then when I seen it come up on my feed on Instagram, and I started reading around, and I was like, wait, so I haven't missed out on this yet.
Yeah.
I was like, that's awesome. And then when people were like sending me stuff, so I was like, oh my, like it was just meant to be, I think.
Well, yeah, it kind of came out like a little bit of a mystery at first. There's
sleeper.
There's this new line that's coming out on Kickstarter, Almighty Legends, and like we don't really know anything about it. You know, that was a couple weeks ago, and then
I thought it was gonna be miniatures at first because all my Kickstarter like updates are always for like miniatures and like paints and stuff. So I was like, oh, new miniature line. I was like, oh, wait, what was this 6.5 inches? I was like, oh, cool, it's an action figure line.
Yeah. Well, do you have any other things before we let you go?
No, just check out that Kickstarter, pledge early. Nice thing with Kickstarter is that you don't get charged unless it funds, and you wouldn't get charged until the end. So,
which are still 30 days, right?
Still got about 30 days. Yeah. So I timed
it started
out
7 days ago.
Yeah, so it started like on the first day of Lent. It was Ash Wednesday, but I'm giving it an extra 5 days, so it's like instead of 40 days, it's 45 days to save. So, yeah, you got past
nice long term.
And also, I figure it's getting closer to tax return time.
Yeah, definitely.
Good idea.
Yeah,
that's good.
So.
This is why I wait to file my taxes.
Well, guys, make sure to follow him over on Instagram at Almighty Legends. Is it Almighty_Legends, correct?
I think it's just the only thing that needs _Legends is our YouTube, because the Almighty Legends is taken by a guy who does like Minecraft videos or something like that.
I was going to ask, where have you been promoting this mainly?
Mainly it's been Instagram, Facebook, social media, then also shows on YouTube as well.
Any of the groups in Facebook, like Realm of Collectors, anywhere like that?
Not Realm of Collectors. It's hard. So part of what's hard too is because of the stigma of it being religious. A lot of forums you can't really like talk about it because of politics and religion are like the taboo with them. So it's mainly it's in the Savage Crucible group. He's been a great help. William Rob, the guy who's doing Savage Crucible, like
Rob's dope.
Kind of helping, keeping me sane a little bit as I'm going through this. But yeah, so there, and then also the Mythic Legions Cabal. They've been gracious enough to let me go in there and kind of like show off some stuff. Yeah. And then also we got I did a couple in the Legions of Valorverse, but not too much. But yeah, mainly just like the little groups here and there that I can get into. But if you know of any that I can do, I'm all about it. You know, I want to
definitely
get
check with Realm of Collectors. That's a pretty large size group on Facebook. They have a
Send
couple
him
people that do shows.
some groups you think that he could
yeah, send me some links.
showcase his stuff.
Yeah,
We'll do.
yeah.
So yeah, follow Almighty Legends on Instagram. I just wanted to make sure I didn't mess up the handle or anything like that.
Oh yeah, no, just Almighty Legends, one word, and then also on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, all that stuff.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah,
cool.
just-
Seeing it right next to the AWOC
Yeah.
because I've actually had the AWOC in hand. So
Yep. And that's his
knowing that,
the AWOC spear and the shield, which fit nicely. And I think they mesh well because he has that more Puma like animalistic, style to his head.
Yeah, I just wanted to show off some of this stuff so people could
no, that was
see
cool.
it.
That size comparison actually was a nice look right there, especially for anybody who's about to get AWOC soon. So
Look at this, Matt. This is a nice photo.
that's
Yeah,
cool
these
for
are this
88
is
figs.
no, this is Figure Realm, Figure Kingdom that did
Figure
these.
Kingdom.
Oh, okay.
Figure Kingdom, yeah.
Do you
there's-
have 88 figs do some stuff for you too?
Yeah, he did the original ones. Yeah, he did the one that's in the profile picture. Yeah, right there. That's 88 figs right there.
Shout out to him too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is where I woke up one morning. I was like, oh no.
Six,
I've only
six.
got- Yeah, that was from Toy
Nice.
Galaxy. Toy Galaxy had a post on it. I was like, oh no.
I'm sure everybody saw that was like, just leave it.
Yeah.
Just leave it. Nobody liked it.
No more
anymore.
likes. No more likes. Turn it off.
Yeah.
Turn off the likes.
That's awesome right there too.
Yeah, that's the 88 figs. He's great, Mark. Yeah.
Some great shots.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
then it's gonna,
It was nice to get to find out some more about this line. I'm actually kind of way more interested now too. Like to be
cool.
honest,
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
especially after seeing like
Rockets.
Famine and some of the later unlocks, that gets me a little more hyped too.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can get it up there.
Well, Walter, I'll go ahead and post this in the Cabal with the link to the Kickstarter and the Instagram and all that stuff.
Oh, cool.
I'll post it shortly. I wasn't sure how they were going to take it, me promoting this, so I did not post it over there. But now with the blessing of the Godfather, Walter the Mad himself, I'll go ahead and post it so people can catch it.
Yeah.
So-
Better get to working up for that $540 for him now.
Yeah.
Add a couple more zeros, please.
Christian, where can they keep up with you at?
You guys can keep up with me on Instagram at Ghost09. That's about it.
All right.
What about you, Major Reaction?
You guys can find me at Major Reaction on Instagram. Show off my little new bear orc custom I
cool.
made today. Kind of finished them off today finally. Looking pretty sweet.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
You can find me on Instagram and YouTube. Check out my YouTube channel, please.
Oh, cool.
And you can catch me all social media and YouTube at Black Hole Comics. Till next time, guys, make sure to stay geeked up and geek out. Later. Thank you so much.